here's your conservative, but not bitter host, Todd Huff.
You know, folks, it's amazing. It's not in ways, but it's in some ways it's totally predictable, but in other ways it is absolutely amazing. We are 7 weeks in. 7 weeks in, and half of Americans are now saying that Biden is not physically or mentally fit for the presidency. We're 7 weeks in, and there is a border crisis. We are 7 weeks in, and the left has passed in the House H.R. 1, which is an unmitigated disaster. We're 7 weeks in, and the Biden administration is putting kids in cages along the southern border. We are 7 weeks in, and Kamala Harris is taking calls with leaders, a job that's normally reserved for the President of the United States. We're 7 weeks in, and we're talking about universal basic income. We're 7 weeks in, spending $1.9 trillion with a T. I don't think the average person grasps just how large of a number that is. $1.9 trillion. Anyway, we'll go through these things and more today on the program. Welcome. I am your host, Todd Huff. You can email me your thoughts, opinions, questions. I'll even accept that adoration and praise. Todd at ToddHuffShow.com. You know, there's so many things to start with. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I'll begin by talking about the crisis here on the southern border. So Biden again has been. I want to reiterate. I want to hammer this point home this morning. 7 weeks. Folks, this is I guess this would be day 50 if we count January 20th as a full day. So 7 weeks, 7 days a week is 49 days. We are beginning his 50th day in the Oval Office. And the southern border is an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. In fact, did you know that the Department of Homeland Security is seeking volunteers from among its agencies to assist in dealing with an overwhelming, by their own words, overwhelming migrant surge at the U.S.-Mexico border as the Biden administration continues to deny that there's a crisis, which they're doing that as well. I'm reading from an article here in the Epic Times that was written and posted yesterday on the Epic Times website. DHS seeks volunteers to assist with, quote, overwhelming surge at the southern border. So at the same time that the left wants to defund the police, eliminate ICE, they're now searching for volunteers. Just think about this, folks. 50 days, 7 weeks into this. And here we stand, looking for volunteers to help along the southern border. This is what DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said in an email just a couple of days ago to employees. Today, I activated the volunteer force to support Customs and Border Protection as they face a surge in migration along the southwest border. I wonder why. I wonder why there's a surge along the southwest border. Anybody have any guesses as to why that is the case? There's a surge because the message is out. The message is clearly understood. The message has been clearly communicated that the United States, which under Trump had a secure border or was more secure and was moving towards becoming a more difficult border to cross, is now open for business. It's now open for business. Jen Psaki, I got to tell you, Jen Psaki is an embarrassment. It is truly an embarrassment. I think even for the left standards, right? She is a spokesperson here at the White House, press secretary for Biden. It is truly a remarkable thing to watch and listen to some of the things that she says, the way that she tries to defend these things. and it's just a mess. It turns out, surprisingly, shockingly, that policies matter. It turns out shockingly when and folks, I think that sometimes in the midst of these discussions that you can lose the humanity of what's going on. I understand, and I've said this before when we talk about illegal immigration. I understand why people want to come to this nation. You understand why people want to come to this nation. You understand that this nation is a blessing and a gift to planet Earth. You understand that. The left, on the other hand, if you listen to the left describe the United States of America, you would think there is no reason in the world that anyone would want to willingly come here. This place is full, if you listen to the left, of white supremacists, racists, folks who have no regard for the life or the liberty or any aspect of someone's life if they're not an American, right? Red-blooded American. If you don't fit the superficial bill of what the left wants you to believe that conservatives think about being American, which of course involves being white and white supremacists and all these stupid sorts of things, then you are, of course, just nothing but a hayseed hick. You are someone who doesn't like someone who looks different from you. You know the story, the narrative. But I understand why people want to come here. I understand the humanity of the situation. I understand just how hopeless and challenging it is in many places around the world because of real corruption and unbelievable violence and unbelievable things from sex trafficking to drug problems to cartels to just an unmitigated disaster in many of these nations. And the problem is not everyone can be taken in by the United States of America. It is simply mathematically impossible to do this. Instead, what we should be focusing on is exporting the ideas, if you will, exporting the ideas that make this nation great. Having people who speak and communicate with foreign countries that we almost always are giving aid to in some shape, manner, or form, holding these folks accountable to embracing principles and ideas upon which American prosperity and American liberty has been built upon. We should be focused on doing those things. We're not. We're not focused on that. In fact, the party that's ruling this country today, the Democrats in the House, Senate, and White House, they ideologically are more aligned with the Soviet communists of the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s during the Cold War. They are more politically aligned with the Chi-Coms. They are more politically aligned, ideologically aligned with the Cuban revolutionaries under Fidel Castro. All these folks killing, destroying the lives of untold millions of people in their countries, their own citizens. It's remarkable. Venezuela, ideologically aligned with today's Democrat Party. The radical left has taken over and hijacked this party. It's not the party of simply the blue-collar worker anymore. That ship has long since sailed. This is the party of radicals. This is the party of policies that cause nothing but more problems. And their policies, make no mistake about this, are directly leading to the circumstances and situation we see along the southern border today, which is an unmitigated disaster. An unmitigated disaster. It is a truly reprehensible situation. And I mentioned earlier that the Obama that's the Biden-Obama administration. It's the third term, and here the Biden administration is the third term of the Biden-Obama administration. But this Biden administration's policies, the way they talk about the issue of immigration in this country has done nothing but to encourage folks to make the journey. And it is a remarkable, I mean, I was talking with my wife about this the other day. It's you think about what decisions and the dangers of that journey, folks, the dangers of being captured, the dangers of being raped, young person, children, minors being raped along that journey, or taken into child trafficking or drugs, or just the distance, the great distance that they're traveling, and just the dangers that come from that. So I understand that some people really, it's bad in places. But it's bad in places because, like what you see in today's Democrat Party, there's terrible leadership, there are terrible ideas, and there is untold corruption in these governments. And they need to clean it up. We need to be promoting and encouraging the principles upon which this nation was founded, which is hard for the Democrats because they're constantly out there telling you how bad this nation is. It's a tough message to sell when you're constantly berating this great nation. It's hard to sell it to another country when they would say, hey, didn't I just see you last night on CNN with Don Lemon talking about how terrible this nation was? Didn't I see that? Well, yeah. That's for domestic political consumption, though, or whatever nonsense they would say. Point is that unmitigated disasters are the direct response, the direct consequence of what we've got. And we're 7 weeks in. And yes, the Biden administration is now putting children in cages, something that the left and the media destroyed Trump over, a couple of years ago. This is when AOC took, pictures, fake pictures, staged pictures of her fake crying. Right? Remember this? AOC, who was recruited to be a congressional candidate because she fit the casting call. The casting call for a group of Democrats, a group of leftists, actually radical leftists, Justice Democrats, as they call themselves, Justice. Anyway, 7 weeks. I've got some sound bites today. I've got a lot to share with you, but this is, remember, 7 weeks in. 7 reminds me of Seinfeld. 7. George Costanza wanted his name as Child 7. Had a friend that stole the name, all that Seinfeld stuff, but 7 weeks. 7 weeks in. So, quick timeout is in order. We'll come back and go through some of this mess, again, that's brought upon us by our current president and by the current party in power. And they are just getting warmed up, folks. So, timeout is in order. We'll come back and continue to go through some of these things, but it is an unmitigated disaster in simply 7 weeks. You're listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back here in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Why would you call a company called Commercial Service for your home heating, cooling, and plumbing? Same question I had, because they have provided over 70 years of quality service and Trane products for both homes and businesses in Central Indiana. It's hard to stop Commercial Service, and it's hard to stop a Trane. Give them a call. I'm glad I did.
Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service, commercial-grade service for your home.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now. and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter chweinc.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in Central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
Welcome back. Blaze Media here. By the way, well, let's do this first. Blaze Media has a piece out here. Biden White House putting kids in cages is now the humane and moral thing to do. That's right. The Democrats are in charge, so now whatever needs to be done, none of these narratives and storylines apply because they are super caring, they are compassionate, full of love, and so forth. And so the narrative changes. They don't want to stop this guy or the party in power from getting done the things that they want to get done, so the narrative changes. It's as simple as that. This is Phil Shiver, Blaze Media. This is what he writes. With the full-blown illegal immigration crisis worsening each day at the country's southern border, the Biden administration has elected to adopt the very same measures Democrats once condemned under the Trump administration, only this time with a major rebranding. Again, Democrats, you can think of the Democrats, I call them sometimes dramocrats, and it's because they know how to, it's not done well, but they are, I'm not against a little political theater every now and then. I think you have to be sometimes dramatic and sort of to communicate your message and get your ideas across. But this is all that they do. There is no there. There is no substance. There is no content to what they're telling us that is truly based upon foundations of truth and reality. It's based upon nonsense, gibberish, radical ideas, the idea that government can solve your problems, the idea that really the Constitution is antiquated and outdated and it needs these jokers to fix it and update it. So he continues here. We're considering what was considered the tragic and deplorable locking of kids in cages under former President Trump is now considered the only humane and moral thing to do, according to the new administration. During Monday's White House press briefing, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who probably circled back several times on multiple things, admitted the administration is handling the rapid influx of unaccompanied children crossing the U.S.-Mexico border by reopening surge facilities, this is it, dedicated to temporarily housing migrant children until they can be transferred to long-term facilities. But this, she said, that's Jen Psaki, is safe and humane. Of course it is. Democrats are in power. So she was asked, well, actually, we'll just play. I'll play the question and the answer here. This is one of the questions she received yesterday at this at this press conference that candidly was a mess.
Discuss capacity needs for unaccompanied children. Will they be making recommendations to the president? Is there a need for more capacity?
Well, we know just purely by the numbers, Steve, that there is going to be a need, right? Because we have a large number of kids, unaccompanied children who are coming across the border. We've made a policy decision as an administration that the humane and moral approach is to keep these kids safe and get them into facilities that are safe.
With cages.
There are some limitations, which I know many of you are familiar with because of COVID restrictions and protocols that reduce the capacity at a number of these sites. CDC also put out some guidelines. Many of you may have seen, I believe it was on Thursday or Friday, that will allow for increased capacity at some of these sites. But it is an area of policy discussion. How will we continue to accommodate in a safe and humane way these kids? And our objective remains moving them as quickly as possible out of the Border Patrol facilities. In order to do that, we need to have shelter facilities that are safe, that have access to educational resources, legal resources, health and medical resources, and we need to ensure we have capacity to do that.
I mean, that's the answer. That's her answer, right? But they're using cages again. That's the point. Not only that, not only are they using cages, they are not allowing folks. I think one of the things that I guess bothers me, or I guess I find myself thinking about and scratching my head. Oftentimes you have otherwise intelligent people, educated, intelligent people who make good decisions, I guess, in their personal lives sometimes, but they don't take the time to be critical and look at what's happening right in front of them. And so I'm amazed sometimes. I'm amazed at how much the average voter, the average Democrat voter, is so persuaded by the words of a candidate, and they don't see the effects of their policies. They don't see just the stupidity, or they don't see the double standard. They don't see the hypocrisy. You hear Democrats talking about these things, and it's enough for people. I think it's one of the reasons why people didn't like Trump. Trump came in and he didn't follow, the prim and proper etiquette of being president of the United States. He came in and he didn't just sit there and smile and shake hands with people like Angela Merkel. He said, look, we've been carrying the financial burden for you and half of Europe, and we're not doing it anymore. You guys are going to put up the money that you told us, and you're going to start carrying your own weight. Oh, my goodness. The media, the left, they can't have that. Oh, it's just so unpresidential and so just beneath the dignity of the president of the United States, right? That's the way that this is presented. That's the way it's presented as something that's never been done. This is so unprecedented, all this sort of thing. But the truth is, shouldn't that have been what we told them all along? Shouldn't that have been the response when they didn't meet their obligations, what they promised us that they would do in funding NATO or whatever, right? Funding their own defense instead of, well, it's one of the reasons why some of these utopian countries in Europe have extra funds is because the United States of America has carried the burden of militarily protecting their rear ends for all these years. And Trump says, we're not going to do it. You can put your big boy and big girl pants on and fulfill your obligations and do it yourself. But this is shocking, and this is offensive, and this is terrifying to the left. It's the rhetoric is more important than the actions. That's why when Trump was reopened facilities that had cages that were made by the Biden administration, the Obama administration, that's why it was such a people glommed onto this idea of kids in cages and, oh my goodness, this is inhumane, and they're being called concentration camps. That's right. Remember that? There were concentration camps. I guess we could say the Biden administration has opened concentration camps, reopened concentration camps along the southern border. But you heard how Jen Psaki said it, nice, calm voice. We have to be responsible. We have to have the facilities. We have to do so in a humane way. Okay, well, you're putting kids in cages in concentration camps. At least that was the verbiage when Trump was president of the United States. And now suddenly that's not it. 7 weeks, folks. 7 weeks, and the Biden-Obama administration is reopening the concentration camps along the southern border. I'm just telling you what they've called them before. 7 weeks, he's already putting children in cages in concentration camps. And that's what they told us before. Why can't we be consistent and continue that messaging the way that it was done prior to this administration taking office? So lots more things in an utter chaotic mess thanks to the policies and ideas of the radical left. We'll get into those on the other side of the break. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I am your host, Todd Huff. Back here in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Family owned since 1973, Edwards Equipment at 1375 East Main Street in Danville is ready to meet your equipment needs by selling, renting, and servicing several makes and models of lightweight residential or heavy-duty commercial equipment. We carry and service top-name brands like Ferris, Kubota, Steel, Gravely, Honda Power, Land Pride, and more. Visit edwardstractor.com or call 317-745-6427 to check out our clearance specials today. At Edwards Equipment, we don't just sell you any piece of equipment, we sell you the right piece of equipment.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today. Providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price, our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
I want to get one more season out of my furnace or air conditioner. Have you or someone you know ever made that statement? Economy heating, air conditioning, and plumbing has heard it a lot. Did you know that furnaces and air conditioners are most likely to break down when they're under stress? That means during the hottest and coldest months of the year, like those months quickly approaching us. With winter on the horizon, now is the time to replace that old rickety unit. With 0% financing for up to 72 months and up to $600 in instant rebates, now is the time to buy. Doing great work is Economy's priority, and the satisfaction of their customers is their number one goal, guaranteed. Make your home comfortable this winter. Contact Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today by calling 317-831-5279 or visit them at economyheatingandair.com.
Hunting, fishing, bows, guns, ammo, safes, and more. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has all the gear you need for your outdoor experience. We have a huge selection of brands that other shops don't carry, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to answer all your outdoor adventure questions. At Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood, you can even hone your archery skills at our indoor shooting range. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. So get outdoors, but bring the right gear.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at zuluscape.com.
Welcome back. This program is brought to you in part by our friends at Co-Roan Homes. Co-Roan Homes is they are a community 55 plus. There's 6 manufactured home parts in the Lawrence area, and they have a lot of amenities and benefits. You should check them out. Co-Roan Homes, COHRON Homes.com. They've been around since 1955. A friend of this program. Check them out. CoRoanHomes.com. COHRON Homes.com. So I wanted to play this soundbite too from Jen Psaki. She was asked, is what's happening along the southern border a crisis? Is it actually a crisis? And this is her very well thought out response. Here you go.
Look, I don't think we need to sit here and put new labels on what we have already conveyed is challenging. What we have conveyed is a top priority for the president, what our policy teams are working on every single day. There was a trip to the border this weekend. They are working over the course of every day since then on putting in place policies that can help address what we're seeing and help ensure that we are keeping these kids safe and moving them as quickly as possible from Border Patrol facilities to shelters where they can have access to educational resources, health resources, mental health resources, legal aid, etc.
Yeah, and cages and concentration camps. The party that exists purely for the reason of promoting labels, viewing everybody as part of a label, viewing everything on this side of heaven through the viewpoint, through the lens that a label must be applied. The party who applauded the use, who used the phrase such as concentration camps, such as putting children in cages, talking about the inhumanity of the Trump administration. The Biden-Obama administration does it yet again, putting children in cages and concentration camps, and suddenly she's not interested in labels. It's not a crisis. Well, they can't have that. They can't have crisis in the White House. They can't have crises while they're in the White House. In fact, those are reserved only for Republican presidents. Every 5 seconds, there's a crisis when Trump's in office. because that's what they do. They want you to be worked up and afraid for reasons you don't even know. But the terms and the definitions and the narrative must change when they're in power. So it's not just immigration, though. It's not just what's happened here with all of these ridiculous things with the border. We have other things that are happening before our very eyes as well. In fact, we talked a little bit about this H.R. 1, the For the People Act. This is for you and for me, this act that was passed. The Federalist has an article that summarizes, and headline here says 15 insane things in Democrats' H.R. 1 bill to corrupt elections forever. Absolutely and unequivocally correct here. Joy Pullman writes this for the Federalist. I'm just going to hit the high points. Some of this we've already talked about. She says, number one, it openly breaks the Constitution. First and foremost, because the federal government will be taking over elections when the Constitution explicitly says that it's up to the states to do such things. Number two, it'll set up star chambers to intimidate judges. We did not talk about this, but basically on page 389 of this fantastic bill that has passed the House and is now sitting before the Senate, which if Republicans hold firm should not make its way into the law of the land, but they're going to crank up the pressure here and see what they can get accomplished. But she says here, this bill would establish a commission to protect democratic institutions. Yes, that is exactly what our government should be doing. Again, the left, remember, is fans of commissions. They're fans of blue ribbon panels. They're fans of presidential decrees. Anything that's just for the public record that doesn't do a diddly darn thing, they're for that because it sounds good, it feels good, and it makes them feel all nice and warm and cozy on the inside. But this commission to protect democratic institutions isn't as benevolent as it may sound here. She says that the commission would have the power to force judges to testify before a panel of unelected federal bureaucrats, which that's exactly what we need, right? More unelected federal bureaucrats running the show here in this great nation, people that cannot be held accountable, people that you can't even identify, who they are, what they're contributing to the problem. They can hide in the masses of federal bureaucrats and employees in Washington, D.C., basically nameless, faceless, unaccountable individuals. She says, according to the bill on page 389, the commission or any member of a subcommittee of the commission may, quote, hold hearings and sit and act at such times and places, take such testimony, receive such evidence, and administer such oaths as the commission considers advisable. She says the Heritage Foundation said that this would give the authority, right? This commission would be given the authority to compel judges to testify and justify their legal decisions. There you go. Right, to justify. Now, on one hand, you would think, man, it'd be nice to have some accountability on some of these ridiculous judicial decisions, but there are already mechanisms in place for this. There are already mechanisms to deal with judges. I mean, judges can be impeached. You can have Congress write a law to remedy a decision that a judge made or a court itself, multiple justices. Anyway, of course, we talked about the mandate that mail-in ballots be used and that there's a 10-day window which those ballots can be received. That's also in this stupid legislation. Again, all this, folks, in 7 weeks. Eliminate voter ID election security. Don't want to have voter ID laws, obviously. I mean, why would you? Because it's really not about protecting the integrity of the election. It's about opening up as many vulnerabilities as possible. And, I mean, look, say what you will, but that's what this does, and you have to ask yourself why. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to talk about election integrity. We're not allowed to talk about things that will make elections less secure. There's states around this country that are now, Georgia, for example, who is doing away with you have to give a reason that you need an absentee ballot. That's at least what the they're looking at doing there. Meanwhile, the federal government is looking at basically mass mailing ballots all over the place, dropping them pretty much from the belly of a cargo plane flying over major cities. Just drop them out the back of the C-130 or something as you fly over. Let anybody and everybody vote as frequently as they want. We're not far from that. The bill, she also says, registers millions of criminally present foreign citizens to vote. There's other things as well. But again, that's in this H.R. 1. That's something disastrous that's, I don't want to say percolating behind the scenes, but it's not front and center with COVID relief and with some of the other things happening today. But it's out there, and it's way closer to being the law of the land than it ever should be. So, again, 7 weeks. These folks have had the reins for 7 weeks, and this is what we get. Quick time out. We'll continue to go through some of the other messes that they've created for us here on the other side of the break. Sit tight back here in just a minute.
Stay on top of the nonsense our colleges are subjecting students to today by listening to Todd's monthly interview series with Matt Lamb, assistant editor of The College Fix. Listen at toddhuffshow.com/college. Brought to you by Apprentice University. With so many societal changes, everyone's talking about apprenticeships and college debt. Businesses seek employees with practical problem-solving skills. Visit apprentice.university to learn about our demanding academics and paid apprenticeships in excess of tuition. No debt, in-demand skills, Christian community.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing, and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick.
Dial the number, spell the words.
For on time.
Our word can't be diluted, because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
There is plenty to worry about these days. If you're working with Blake Hornsby at Northwestern Mutual, your retirement and financial security doesn't need to be one of them. Blake is a time-tested financial advisor with over 20 years of experience at Northwestern Mutual. For an independent review of your financial planning needs, call Blake and mention the Todd Huff Show for a free initial consultation. Call 317-215-8322 or visit BlakeHornsby.com. Invest in your peace of mind with Blake Hornsby at Northwestern Mutual. Fireplaces can be beautiful and even essential in heating some homes. But did you know they could be dangerous to your family if not properly maintained? Chimneys need to be cleaned and inspected annually. My family and I had Smalling Masonry inspect ours. They are friendly, informative, on time, and helped us use our wood-burning stove more efficiently. Call Christian-owned Smalling Masonry today at 317-903-8121 and mention my name, Todd Huff, for a 15% off chimney inspection and sweep. Unhappy with your CPAP machine? Now you have an alternative. The docs at Indy Dental Sleep have an oral appliance that treats snoring and sleep apnea. They begin with an in-home sleep test that is diagnosed by a sleep physician before prescribing your appliance. And it's covered by most medical insurance plans. It's preferred 20-1 versus CPAP. Call 317-888-4036 and start getting the sleep you need. Or visit IndyDentalSleep.com.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect. We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
Would you like to save 20% or more on your insurance? Let AIA and Avon do a free comparison for you. As an independent agent, we can find savings that fit your needs and budget. We work for you, not the insurance companies. Whether your insurance need is big or small, give AIA a call. 317-718-1747 or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com.
Welcome back. I mentioned earlier in the program that 50% of Americans now, 50%. Folks, we had an election about 4 months ago, just a little over 100 days ago. And now half of Americans are saying Biden is not physically or mentally fit for the presidency. This is at the nationalpulse.com. A new study shows that 50% of Americans are not confident that Joe Biden is physically and mentally up to being, to the job of being president of the United States. Results came from a 2021 Rasmussen report dated yesterday, which links the astoundingly low confidence in President Biden to his lack of transparency with the media. I did see, buckle up for this, I'm going to be ready for this, but Biden is having his first, it's not a press conference, his first primetime address. Biden to deliver first primetime address as president. Hold formal press conference. This makes headlines. Address will commemorate 1 year anniversary of the COVID-19 shutdown. He wants to commemorate the shutdown? Of course he does. Anyway, that's Thursday. President Biden will, on Thursday, deliver his first primetime address since taking office, a speech intended to commemorate the 1 year anniversary of the COVID-19 shutdowns. Why would we want to commemorate that? Don't we want to move past that and get back to normal? Shouldn't that be what commemorate it? I guess you can remember. I don't know. But anyway, that's what he's going to do. You can rest assured, we won't know from his schedule, but you can rest assured that this is all he's doing the 4 hours a day that he's working. This is all he's doing. They are prepping him. President Biden, let's read that line again. Let's make sure we practice that. Let's make sure we don't say anything that's not written on the screen. And then reading the teleprompter is one thing. That is nerve-wracking enough when Joe Biden is your president. But worse than that is this idea of having a press conference, having this guy shoot from the hip, having this guy out there with nothing. It's like taking the training wheels off the bike and having him respond to journalists. I'm just going to tell you, it wouldn't surprise me if they were asking for questions in advance. It wouldn't surprise me. Nothing would surprise me on how they're going to handle this. But half of Americans think that this guy is not fit to be president of the United States. 100 days in, not even in, since Election Day. 100 days in. 4 months not into his term, but since the election. It's as though, how does this happen? Right? How do we get to the point to where the guy hasn't done really anything yet? I mean, they've promoted terrible ideas, but he's not been out there in front of people. People haven't seen him. People haven't thought, man, this guy's in bad shape. If they think that now, they thought that on Election Day. Half of Americans think that he's unfit to be president of the United States. They'd be right. I wonder what's the other half thinking? What are they seeing from this guy that makes them think, man, this is the model. This is a model for being president of the United States. Quick timeout is in order. Sit tight, back here in just a minute.
Had enough of the cancel culture? Why not fight back by directly supporting the advertisers who make this program possible? Visit supportouradvertisers.com to give those who help bring this program to you the opportunity to earn your business. Find out more about businesses like Economy heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Care to change. And interior construction services by visiting supportouradvertisers.com today.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $200 down, $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, Freije, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill a Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with 0 body fillers, 0 painting, and 0 diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com. And remember, folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
One more quick thing. Epic Times is reporting on this, and this is something I alluded to recently. This is out there. Increased child tax credit paves the way for universal basic income. That is accurate. So in this COVID relief bill, which people are going to get who make under, what is it now, $75,000 single, $150,000 married, $1,400 per person, even dependent. So a family of 4 would get $5,600. That's going to be signed or passed today in the House, and will be signed by Biden soon. But anyway, in addition to that, you may or may not know this, but there's a $3,000 child credit in this bill. But instead of getting that, calculated into your taxes whenever you file, in this time of year, say next year, you're actually going to get up to, I don't know if it's been fully determined yet, the way that they calculate these things, but maybe $300 monthly installments from the federal government, getting people used to getting money from them just to survive. Keep that in mind. I've got to go. SDG. See you tomorrow. Take care. Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? There is a cure. With the Pro-Life Health Plan, your savings could be as much as 60%. The Pro-Life Health Plan allows you to enjoy the freedom of choosing any doctor, any hospital, anywhere. And their enrollment is open year-round. Just give Eric a call at 888-448-5370 or visit them online at isellhealth.com. Better coverage at a better cost. As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.